Hi, I'm Megan from Elements of DIY, and thank you for tuning into my brand new acrylic pour channel. I'm going to be sharing with you all of my tips and tricks, along with testing out a lot of new tools and techniques. So stay tuned, I will be producing a new video every Friday. Today I'm going to be walking through how to set up an acrylic pour station with a spinning wheel. So the benefits of having a spinning wheel is, one, if you have a canvas, you can easily maneuver to the other side of the canvas without having to run around the table. But you can also do a lot of really cool techniques as far as dispersing the paint on the canvas that you cannot do any other way except with a spinning wheel. So I ended up getting a metal one, which I think is a significantly better wheel than the plastic one. This one I did get on Amazon. I will go ahead and link it in the video description below, but it also comes with a lot of really cool tools that you're gonna end up using for acrylic pour anyway, even though these are meant for cake decorating. And it just holds up a lot better when there is a lot of paint that gunks it up. A few modifications that I did make to this. So I took paint sticks and duct taped them to the wheel here. That's gonna help with a couple different things. One, it's gonna help a canvas sit more flush on the wheel here. So if this canvas didn't have this additional support here, it would actually sink on the wheel a little bit. And I'm going to end up taping the back of the canvas here so it sticks to the spinning wheel here so I can spin it pretty quickly. It does sit nicely right now, but I really don't want it to shift at all. And I also will be using these paint sticks to additionally add leverage to the spinning wheel so it can spin a lot faster. If I didn't have these, I would just be spinning the edge of the canvas, which is not only going to affect your pour and how it looks, it's actually pretty hard to grab it once it starts spinning at a high speed. So again, this is going to add a lot of leverage to the side here. So I'm just going to get started by prepping my canvas. I'm going to do a small one first, and I'm just going to take some painter's tape and apply it to the back edging of the canvas. You can also use duct tape, but I have found that when you use duct tape, it's a lot harder to get it back off. So it ends up kind of affecting your painting because you have to pull pretty hard to get it off, which may cause it to not be level anymore, which we all know from acrylic pour, that is a big no-no. You want it to be level as much as possible. So I'll just continue adding tape around the outside here. So I built this box around the spin station here myself out of wood, and you definitely could do that, but you could also just get a collapsible dog pool on Amazon. I'll link a couple ones below that I've seen people use, which is great because then you can really easily clean up the station when you're not using it, and they're not that expensive. So they're only about $30 and they work really well actually to pool all the paint together. And then I have seen some people that use like PV pads in the bottom. You could also just use a drop cloth that you could easily clean up afterwards. In my box, I just peel the paint up once it's dried, but I can actually have quite a bit of paint pool up here in the bottom before I need to worry about it. Okay, so as much painter's tape is applied here, and I'm just going to set it in the center and then make sure it's fully supported. Again, you really want to plan your pour that you have space for all of the paint to splatter. You could also do this on the floor just with a drop cloth. So you could easily just make a little station there, have your drop cloth and spin away and then clean up as needed. The other nice thing is with this, you can still tilt quite a bit the canvas as needed because my spinning wheel is not attached to the ground. It's just, it weighs quite a bit, so it stays down even though I'm spinning it. You also can spin in either direction. So I could go right or left pretty easily. And because I have these extra little areas that create the leverage, I can actually go, I'll show you this fast. I can go pretty fast with this one. So you can go fast if you really want the paint to splatter off quickly, or you could easily just slow it down if you wanted to disperse just a little bit. All right, so let's get started. I do also highly recommend wearing gloves when you're doing the splatter technique, especially. It gets very messy very quickly. And then also having paper towel readily available. You'll be surprised how dirty your hands get with this process. So I'm gonna actually tear off a couple sheets at a time to prepare. I do want to make sure all of the existing canvas is covered. So I'm just spreading out the base paint all over everywhere, but as you can see, I'm leaving it kind of pooled or pillowed in the center, which is where I will then add the other colors to the top.